Let's talk about commodities in this video. As of April 2025, the Indian commodities market is experiencing significant development across various sectors. Here is an overview of the latest trends and updates. Energy commodities, crude oil. Crude oil prices have recorded their first weekly gain in 3 weeks, with Brent and WTI benchmark rising by approximately 5%. This uptick is attributed to geopolitical tensions and supply constraints in key oil production regions. On the Multi Commodity Exchange, which means MCX, crude oil futures have mirrored this global trend, reflecting increased investors' interest. Ethane and LPG imports. India is considered elimination imports taxes on US ethane and liquefied petroleum gases, which means LPG, as part of broader trade negotiations with Washington. Currently, a 2.5% duties is imposed on their imports. The potential tax removal aims to reduce India's trade supports, surplus and tariff burden, aligning with efforts to defend bilateral trade ties. Coal bed methane explosion. In a move to boost domestic energy production, India has launched an auction for 3 coal bed methane blocks located in West Bengal and Gujarat. This initiative is part of the country's strategies to reduce its reliance on the energy imports and exchange local hydrocarbon output. Agricultural commodities, monsoon forest and agricultural output. The Indian Meteorological Department forecast above average monsoon rainfall for 2025, estimating 105% of the long-term average. This favorable outlook is expecting to boost agricultural output, stabilize food prices and support economic growth, particularly benefiting crops like rice, sugar and onions. Cotton imports. US unplanned cotton exports to India have surged, reaching a 2.5-year high between February and April 2025. This increase is driven by the lower US cotton prices and rising demand in India, which has become a net importer due to declining yields. The Cotton Association of India has lowered its production estimate forecast a shortfall of 2.5 million bales. Precious metals and gems. Gold price. Gold prices are on a record hitting spread, with MCX gold future approaching the 1 lakh mark per 10 gram. The rally is fueled by global economic uncertainties, inflation concerns and increased demand for safe heavy assets. Diamond exports. In India, exports of the cut and polished diamond have plummeted to their lowest level in nearly 2 decades in the 2024 to 2025 fiscal year. This decline is attributed to sluggish demand from major markets like the US and China, as well as increased tariffs impacts competitiveness. Industrial metals, steel procurement policies. India has revised its domestically manufactured iron and steel production policy for 2025, aiming to boost the competitiveness of local manufacturers. The updated policies prioritize the USA of domestic production iron and steel in government projects, with certainly exemptions of unavailable grades. Next one we'll talk about market operations, which is on a trading holiday. On April 18, 2025, all segments of the Indian stock markets and commodities market, including equity, F&O, currencies and commodities market, remained closed in observance of Good Friday. Trading is scheduled to resume on Monday, April 21, which is on 2025. This development highlights the dynamic nature of India's commodities market, influenced by both domestic and policies and global economic trends.